Now I'm headed north across the Columbia River to Fort Vancouver. Maintained by the Historic Trust, they act as stewards to ensure these sites can be shared, and as with Pittock Mansion, are no strangers to all the work it takes to preserve them. Temple.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me out.
Let me show you around. We're on the site of the Vancouver National Historic Reserve of the old Vancouver Barracks. The Army came here in 1849.
Wow.
And this is one of the old commanders' houses.
Okay.
Now, we, the Historic Trust, manage it for the city.
It's got to be really hard having some of the oldest buildings in our metro area to maintain.
It is so hard. And we have a fantastic staff who does all this work to keep this place looking as fantastic as it is and with wonderful things happening on this site.
I love it. Patty, how's it going?
Good, nice to see you, Eric.
Yeah, thanks for having me out. I wanted to talk windows with you because vintage windows are so exciting. So what are your best tips for working with old windows like this? Because they can be kind of tricky sometimes.
You know, some of the biggest problems that I hear are windows that are painted shut or overly painted, so they're really hard to open, and of course the broken sash cords, so then the windows, if you can get them up, they don't stay up anymore. So here are some typical pieces of window hardware. So often they look like this. They're just covered in paint. What I tell people is go ahead and get yourself a crock pot from Goodwill. Make sure you're right. Don't ever eat out of this thing ever again. And plop those in there with some hot water and a little dishwashing detergent. And I usually plug it in outside.
Yeah.
And let it cook in there, and it gets rid of that paint, and then you can have your beautiful old hardware left.
That beautiful brass that's hiding away under those many coats of paint.
Exactly.
Why is old glass wavy?
Yeah, it was just how it was made. It was handmade, often in a cylinder. And there was just a lot of imperfections that were just natural to ancient old glass. They're the eyes of the house, really. And I like to think about all the people that came before me that looked through this wavy glass.
How do people find out more information?
You can look at my website, which is www.freshhairsash.com. If you live in other parts of the country, you can find a window restoration specialist in your area. These are usually small businesses that are employed right there in your hometown.
There is so much history out here in Vancouver. You got to check it out. But if you need help with your historic home, the Historic Trust is a great resource you should never forget.